Welcome to the Mesonet Weather Report. I'm Wes Lee. Rain chances seem to have improved recently, with many chances of rain each week. Last week, all 120 Mesonet sites received rainfall. Seen on this 7-day map from midweek, there were more in the east than the west, but some rain statewide. The Centrahoma site received the most with almost 5 inches. As expected, you can see great soil moisture levels in the east on this 10-inch fractional water index map. Remember, 1 is as wet and 0 is as dry as the sensor can read at that depth. Still showing up are the very dry soils in the west and most of the panhandle. Looking back to a week before the recent rains began, you can see some level of improvement in many areas. A lot of the yellows representing mid-levels of the index are now gone in the eastern two-thirds of the state. Also, the greens got a little darker as the index moved up to near 1. However, it shows the driest western counties with very little improvement at this depth. Ironically, exactly 1 year ago, the same map looked almost exactly like the one does today. Before we celebrate the recent moisture too much, remembered what happened after it quit raining last spring and drought set back in. Now here's Gary with a view of the longer-term rainfall.
Thanks, Wes, and good morning, everyone. Well, we've certainly turned the corner on the drought over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Our rainy season has actually come through for most of the state, although we still have some parts of the state needing more rainfall. Let's take a look at the newest maps and see where we're at. We've had a large reduction in drought across the north central, northeastern, down into southwestern Oklahoma, down into central Oklahoma. So we did have a lot of that area covered by the red and the dark red. Now we're just merely in the browns and the tans, meeting moderate to severe drought, but we're certainly going in the right direction as we look at the map. Take a look at some of these rains that have fallen over the last 3 weeks. This is through Wednesday of this week, and we do see over mostly central Oklahoma down into southeast Oklahoma, a large area of 4 to 5 to even more than 6 inches of rainfall, and of course the radar indicated areas show a little bit more than that. So we do see those lower amounts, however, up in northwest Oklahoma and the Panhandle, parts of southwest Oklahoma, parts of east central and northeast Oklahoma. So it's scattered around. The consequences of that drought, well, we've certainly seen a green up as well over the last few weeks. We look at the week ending April 26th, the relative greenness map from the OK Fire program. We see much of that northwestern half of the state still a little bit on the not so green side. Fast forward to this week and we see much of the main body of the state much greener. Now we get up into the far northwestern part of the state in the Panhandle and far southwest Oklahoma, still a little bit under the greenness level we'd like to see. Finally, as we look at the Climate Prediction Center seasonal drought outlook for the summer period, basically now through the end of August, we do see almost all of the drought in the state of Oklahoma that now exists is expected to improve or actually be removed even, all except maybe a little bit out there in the far western Panhandle. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.